So hello everyone, today we are going to continue with the sketch based features, and in sketch based features we are going to continue with the commands multi-section solids. Now to understand multi-section solids, so multi-section solids is required when you need a part which is having two or more different cross sections. Means the cross sections are going to be different at different ends. So for multi-section solids, first we are going to make one sketch on right plane. Select the sketch. This is the first sketch we are going to make. So for that I am going to take a center rectangle here. Put up the values for this rectangle. We always need a complete constraint sketch. Save this value as 120. So horizontally you have taken the rectangle as 200 and vertically it is 120. Next, say exit workbench. Now we'll take one reference plane parallel to the right plane. So this is the sketch we have made, this rectangle, and for taking the new plane from the reference of right, we are going to select this toolbar, that is reference element toolbar. You should remember the names. If these toolbars are hidden, then you can find the toolbars by names only. So in reference element, I am going to select this plane option, select the reference for the new plane and put up the value for the parallel plane. So I am going to take it as 200 mm. We'll increase this value. Instead of 200 we are going to take as 500 mm this value, and now we have the parallel plane here. Select this plane and say sketch. Now as soon as we say sketch, this sketch is not coming at the center of the interface. So for that we have this option in view toolbar, that is fit all in. Select this option in yellow color and this sketch will be shown parallel in center of the screen. We'll place it again in this bottom side. Next we are going to draw the second profile here. So earlier we have made this rectangle as a first profile and now we are going to go for second profile. Next we are going to draw second profile here, that is again one center rectangle. We have drawn the first profile in the back side. We can see here this rectangle was the first profile and this new rectangle is the second profile. You can see both the rectangle, this one and this one. So now we can connect them together by using multi-section solid. This time the shapes are same, rectangle, and the other sketch is also rectangle, but the sizes are different. So in this case also we can use multi-section solid. Say exit workbench. We are having the same profile shape and sizes are different in this case. We'll hide the other plane so as to understand these sketches. Say hide. We'll hide this new plane also we have taken. And now we can only see two profiles here. Both the rectangles are being shown clearly now. And we'll select this multi-section solid. In this first tab, here we can see we have to show both the profiles here. So we are going to show both the profiles. Now we can see this closing point option. So for multi-section solid, both the closing points should come on same direction and same corners. Means for the first profile, this closing point is coming at the upper right side. So for the second profile also, this closing point should come at the upper right side only, not on the opposite side. Suppose it is placed on the opposite side, or if you want to replace the closing point, just say right click and click on the other point where you want to replace. The closing point will be shifted on that point. So in this case the multi-section will not work. You also need to keep in mind the arrow directions. One is coming at the left side, the other one should also come on the left side only. If one is coming at the right side, then the other one should also come at the right side only. So if I say the coupling here, now in coupling option we need to show how we want to multi-section them by using ratio, tangency, tangency then curvature, or vertices. So we are going to say here tangency then curvature or tangency. Now these two options can be taken only when the profiles are of same shape. So here both the shapes are rectangle only, so we can go for this option here, tangency. We have selected the sketches. We have taken the arrows in same direction, only closing points are not coming at the same points. So here if I say preview, it will show me a twisted profile. We can see here. This is because the closing profiles are at alternate positions. One is at the right side, upper right side, and the other one is at the upper left side. So to resolve this issue or to avoid this twisting, say cancel. Again go for multi-sections. Select both the profiles. Make sure both of them are selected here. Then just see the closing point are coming at the same corners and the arrows are also at the same direction. Then go for coupling and select any option out of these two, tangency or tangency then curvature, and then lastly say preview. Now we can see This material is been added without having any twisting here. Say OK and finish. So these are the things to remember while going for multi-section solids. Now in second scenario, I'll undo this. Say escape and then undo. Now in second scenario, we are going to change this profile. Instead of rectangle, I'm going to take circle here. So double click here to edit this sketch. Select this sketch and say delete. So at one end it is going to be rectangular shape, and at the other end we are going to take a circle here now this time. So we have taken circle. Now earlier both were rectangles and both were having 4 corners, but this time this is circle, so it is not having any corner here. So to simplify that, we need 4 vertex points here. And suppose if we don't take 4 vertex point and say directly exit sketch, but if I try multi-section solid command, so select the profiles and then say coupling, and in coupling I'm going to keep tangency then curvature or tangency. Let's say preview now. So you can see in tangency then curvature and tangency, this kind of profiles are not accepted. I mean that both the shapes are different, then they are not going to work for these two options, that is tangency and tangency then curvature. But if I go for ratio option here and say preview, you can see here they are connected. Means if the profiles are different at both the ends, then you can go for ratio options. But as this was a circle, there was no vertex point. So this vertex point is taken randomly by system only, and that's why this model is coming twisted. So to avoid this, we need 4 vertex points. So I'll again cancel it, select the sketch, and we need to provide 4 vertex points here. So for that I'm going to select one line command, pass this line through the center here, say control press, both the point and line are selected, go for coincide option, same way on this side also. Now select both the lines here and say construction geometry. As we require this line for only reference purpose, that's why we have taken them as construction lines. Next we need to make this line coincide with the corner rectangles so that the vertex points will match for the proper alignments. So I'm going to select this line and this point here, say coincide. Again for this line and point we are going to say coincide here, say OK. Now these lines have been taken. I'll make this profile normal again. Next we need to go for the option that is quick trim. Select the quick trim command by double click so as to continue quick trim, but select the third type here. For the subtypes, we can see in the sketch tools we have the subtypes at the upper left corner. We are going to select break and keep here. So double click here also and then select the circle. So this circle will be divided in 4 sections between these lines. This was the first section, we can see here been highlighted in blue color. This will be the second section, this will be the third one. And now we can see all the 4 sections in blue colors here. Now the circles have been divided. Say this exit workbench and we can see 4 vertex points here. Now I'll go for multi sections and select the rectangle and circle. Now this arrow direction, we can see this is coming at left side. This arrow is coming a little bit inclined, but it is also coming at left side only. So this is okay for the arrow directions. And the vertex point, both are coming at upper right side, we can see here. So whatever things we need to fulfill are been completed here. You just need to select the coupling for the next option and say tangency then curvature or tangency. But if I say preview, it will show me an error. So if you have taken vertex point, these 2 options will not work there. We can go for ratio option, but by taking ratio also, this loft will not be completed in proper sharpness. So I'll avoid ratio also and go for this vertices option. This is the best option if you have taken the vertex points. Say preview and say OK. Now this part has been lofted and been added with the material. Now this was multi-section in a simple way, but if I want a guide curve also in between these 2 profiles so that the material will be added according to the guide curve, for that I'll undo it again, say escape, and I'll put on these planes here. These were hidden, so I'm going to show these planes and we need to select this plane here, that is YZ plane. So again I'm going to hide the other 2 planes. I'll go for this plane for making this new guide curve. Now the reason for taking this YZ plane is this plane is passing through both the profiles. We can see here this plane is coming through both the profiles. So I'm going to select this plane and say sketch. Next thing we are going to go for guide curve. So guide curve can be taken by any option. We can use splines, we can use lines, we can use arcs. Any option can be taken here. So I'm going to select here spline only. Say first point, second, third, and this fourth point. Say escape, zoom out here, select this point and this line by holding press Ctrl key and then go for this reference relation as coincide. Here also I'm going to make this point coincide with the earlier sketch. Say OK. Now you just need to go for the option that is multi-section solid. Say exit workbench, select the option multi-section solid, select both the profiles here in this area, then go for coupling, and then we need to select the option that is vertices. And next in spine we are going to select this single guide curve. Say preview and say OK. Material has been added. Now after adding material by using spine, but in spine we know that only one guide curve was used. But if we have more than one guide curves, then we can go for other option. We'll see it now. So I'm going to undo it again. And now for guides option, for taking multiple guide curves, we need to make sure that this spine is connected at both the ends properly. So I'm going to double click it here and check it whether it is connected on both the ends properly. So we can see here this point is properly coincided with the earlier sketch, so it is showing in green color. But at this end, it is not properly connected. For spine it is okay, but for guides we need to connect it properly. So for that I am going to say project sketch here, and we are going to project the upper end of the circle as a line here. Now we can see here, this circle is being projected as a line here. This upper portion of the circle is coming as a line. Just tilt it little bit and then go for the option coincide. Now as there is a line, it will be properly coincided. That's why we have made project entities here, so that we can get a reference for coincide. Say control press, select the point of the arc and the end point of this line also. Both of them are selected, then go for the relation as coincide. So now it is showing in green color, means it is properly connected. Next we need to make one more guide curve. I'll say exit workbench and we'll go for the second sketch. So you have to make sure both the guide curves are coming in both different sketches, not in the same sketch. So again I'm going to select the same plane which was taken earlier for this guide. Say sketch for this plane, then go for the second profile. This is another sketch. But still we can see these guide ends are not connected to the profiles. Again we are going to say project entities, go for construction mode and then project. Select both the profiles here. They will appear as lines. Project to the second one also. Both these lines are been appearing now, and then go for the relation here. Say coincide. This is done to make sure that guide curves are connected properly. Both the ends are showing in green color now. So these are the two guide curves we have added here in two different sketches, not in the same sketch, but the plane was same. Say exit workbench now. We'll go for multi sections. This time we are not going to use spine, as there are more than one guide curve. That's why we are not going to use spine here. Select both the profiles. Show the coupling mode here as vertices. Go on this guides option this time. Select the first guide, and you need to make sure that you should right click on this option which is selected as sketch 3 and say add here. Then only this guide curve is properly selected. Then go for the second selection. Again repeat the same step. Say right click and say add here, and then go for preview option. And we can see here now this multi section is been added according to guide curve. Both the guide curves are been referenced here. That's why the shape is coming a little bit diverged on both the ends because of this guide curves. Say preview and OK. So this is the multi-section solid using guide curves. So after watching how to add material by using multi-section solids, now we are going to remove the material using remove multi-section solids. So for that we are going to make new part here. Say Ctrl N, say part, say OK. We'll take this right plane again, say sketch. We are going to make one rectangular shape. We need to constrain this sketch first. Next we need to go and say exit workbench. Now we are going to take plane for the second profile parallel to the right plane. So whatever distance you require, you can take the plane there. Say OK. Select this plane, say sketch. This time we are going to take same profiles. We'll center the sketch by using this fit all in command. Next we are going to make the second profile that will be also of same shape, that is rectangle. Say exit workbench. I have not constrained this sketch, but while working you should always constrain this sketch and then work. We'll hide the planes here. We'll hide the new plane also which we have taken. Next we are going to go for multi sections and select the profiles. Say multi-section solid, select both the profiles, add the coupling here as tangency or tangency then curvature. Say preview and OK. Now we need to remove the material. So now for the profile we are going to select this face and say sketch. Make it at the center. Go for the circle option. Select the circle, say double click and diameter. So we are going to say this diameter as 135. Say exit workbench. Next, select this face, say sketch, center the sketch. Here we are going to take circular profile only again, say exit workbench. Now both the profiles are been taken for removing the material. Go for the command remove multi-section solid. Select both the profiles. Make sure the arrows are coming at the same direction. If they are not coming in same direction and they are coming opposite, then just click on any one arrow. Both the directions are now coming same. Say preview and we can see here this material is been removed. The coupling mode which was used here is then the coupling mode which was used was tangency then curvature. It is because both the profiles were same. So in this way you can remove the material by using multi-section solid. But now if I change the scenario and take the profiles as different, then I'll say cancel, undo this, select both the sketch and say delete, and we'll make two different sketches now. So on the first face I'm going to make rectangle again, center the body, then go for center rectangle, say exit workbench. So on the other end face, select this face and say sketch. Select the circle here. After making both the profiles, say exit workbench again. Now both the profiles are different, but this rectangle is having 4 corner vertex points. So we should add 4 vertex points for the circle also, as we have done in multi-section solid. So we are going to add this vertex point on this sketch also. For that we are going to make lines that are passing through the center, as well as this line should coincide the vertex point of the rectangle. Same on the other side also here. Control press and select say this line and vertex point. Say coincide and say OK again. Make both the lines construction. As they were taken for only reference purpose, that's why I have taken them construction. Say exit workbench. Then go for quick trim option and select this third option of quick trim, that is break and keep. So the subtypes for this command are being shown with the status bar here. You just need to select break and keep and then select the portions of the circle which we need to break here. First, this is the second portion and this one will be the third. So these 3 portions were selected and they can be seen broken here in blue color. So now it is not a combined circle, it has been broken in 4 different parts by the help of this 2 reference line and this command, that is break and keep. Say exit workbench. We can see the 4 vertex points. Now I'll go for multi-section for removing the material. Select both the profiles. We are selecting both the profiles. So for rectangle it is coming at left side, upper left side. So I'm going to shift this closing point to this circles also upper left side. Say replace, right click and say replace here. Select the point where you want to replace it. Put the arrow direction in same direction. Both of the arrows are coming now at the right sides. Then go for the coupling mode and we'll select vertices here. Tangency and tangency then curvature will not work here. It is because the profile shapes are different this time. Say preview and we can see here this material is being removed smoothly even if the profiles are different by using vertices command. It is similar to multi-section solid only, but only thing is changed that at that time we were adding material and this time we are removing the material. If you want to remove this material using one single spine, then we can go for that also. You just need to undo it, say cancel and select the plane which is passing through both the profiles from the center. That was this plane. I'll show it here. Now this plane is passing through both the profiles. So I'm going to select this profile for the spine. Spine is nothing but single guide curve. You have seen in multi-section solid. We'll select the spline option to make this spline. Say first point, second point, third point, and this fourth point. Now to connect them together properly with the profiles of rectangle and circle at the ends, we'll hide this plane first, make the profile normal, and we'll project this sketch of the rectangle. You can see this profile selected in orange color. It is nothing but the rectangle we have selected. We'll say it project. Make this line construction. Now after projecting, we can see here this line is appearing in yellow color. So we can make this end of the sketch coincide with this line end. So we are going to select both of them. Say coincide, say OK. At the other end also we need to coincide this end point of this line with this sketch. But for this reference, we'll again say this area as project entities. By keeping normal only we can say. You just need to select this line as appearing for the upper end of the circle. Selected line is shown in orange color. You just need to say project entities. Now the upper end of the circle is projected as line. Say coincide this line end and this line end and say OK again. Next say exit workbench and go for remove multi-sections. In remove multi-sections, select the profiles. Say coupling mode here as vertices. Make sure the arrow directions and corners are coming at same. So we can see closing point is not coming at the same corner. So I'm going to say right click, say replace and replace it on the same corner. Change the arrow direction here. You can see this arrow direction is being changed. Then go for this option as spine. Select this guide curve as a spine. Say preview and say OK. Now this material is removed in the body following the spine. To understand it better, we'll take section view here. So for section view, we have this toolbar here, dynamic sectioning. Select this command. Now we can see this section has been made. It is not coming straight line, it is coming as curve here. If I want to rotate it, so here also you can see, I will take it to 90 degrees and then as this green color arrow appears, you can drag it and see better. So here we can see these curves are coming representing the spine guide curve. To off again, just click on this option dynamic sectioning. The section view will be offed. So in this way we can use remove multi sections also by taking single guide curve as a spine. And now for the second guide curve, we are going to take one guide curve here at the other end. So for making second guide curve, we are going to take same plane, that was YZ plane, but this sketch will be different. We are not taking both the guide curves in the same sketch as we have done for multi-section adding also. So to add, I am going to select this spline now. So this is the second guide curve we are adding. Just make sure the ends of the guide curves are connected to the profiles. For that, we are going to say project entities again. Select this line to project, say construction. Select this lower end of the circle also to project as a line. Now we have the construction lines here. Lastly, select both the endpoints of the guide curve and lines. Go for the coincide relation. Say OK. At the other end also, select the endpoint of the guide curve and the endpoint of this line and say coincide. Now there are two guide curves having two different sketch. Just say exit workbench and then go for multi-section removal. Select both the profiles. Go for this coupling option and say vertices. Now the closing points are coming opposite, so I am going to replace this closing point. Say replace and select this upper left end of the circle. Make sure the arrow directions are coming in the same. So both are coming at the right side now. Say guides this time. Select the first guide. After selection, just right click here and say add. And for the other one also, select this guide. Say right click and say add. Now both the guides are added. Make sure the coupling is vertices. Say preview. And this material has been cut according to guide curve. To see it properly, we are going to select dynamic sectioning. Select this face. And here, when this green arrow will appear, you just need to drag it. So we can see here, both the guide curves are utilized this time to make this multi-sectional solid cut. So in this way we can use multi-sections for adding material as well as for removing the material. And this was the lecture for today. We'll continue with the further commands in upcoming lectures. And one more thing here, if any student want to join the classes for offline courses or online courses with 100% placement guarantee, You can contact us in the number given in the link below. Also like, share and subscribe the channel 4 Dimensions Infotech. Till then, thank you.